Alright, so here we've got Song of Horror being played on Xbox One. This review code's courtesy of Protocol Games. So this is a third-person survival horror game. It's pretty good. So here's settings. So we've got sound and game settings. You got difficulty, subtitles, font size, lots of different options there. Brightness, things like that. They got episodes, so you can choose what episode you want to play. You can choose the save slot. I'm going to go ahead and do a new game here. So, this game is pretty, well, it's good. I don't want to give away too much, but I'm about halfway through. The game takes about 10 hours to beat. There are 16 different playable characters, which is pretty impressive for a survival horror game. And the characters you can play as differ based on the episode you're playing. And let's get that there. All right, so the load screens are kind of long. I do want to say that they are kind of lengthy, but the story is told through voiceover, as well as I don't want to say comic strip style panels, but kind of like illustrations. So it's kind of different. Illustrations mixed with cutscenes, which is kind of a cool way to do it. Okay, so you start off playing as Daniel. And this is Daniel's apartment.
Home sweet home.
So this if you guys are familiar with other survival horror games like Resident Evil, Eternal Darkness, things like that, this should feel pretty familiar to you. The game plays very similar. I love the environments. I love the spookiness overall of the game. The different playable characters are really neat. The idea of permadeath is pretty cool. This type of game. So if the character dies, that's it. They're done. You can pick another character and move on with the story, which is a pretty. It definitely puts a different spin on the game and the way you play and all that. So yeah, this is you investigating. You're still around his apartment, and then he's gonna get a phone call to go investigate something. And we're gonna go ahead and. So I went over the controls here. So you got the left analog stick to move your character around. You've got the left trigger to run. You have the right trigger as your light source. You have the right trigger to maneuver your light source around, which is kind of cool, independent of the character. The L and R buttons bring up your inventory and your documents. A button is to interact. X button is to use. And I think Y is to examine, if I'm not mistaken. I'll turn the light off here. So you gotta go and investigate each room, and then he's gonna get a phone call. There we go.
Crikey.
When I first started playing this game, I thought that the game crashed or my soundbar turned off or something, but nope, it's just a black loading screen. I wish there was like a little loading symbol there to show you it's loading, but there's just nothing there. And again, we wait. And we're still waiting. As you can see... Oh,
Hello.
Okay, there we go.
Daniel, it's me, Etienne. Hey, we've got a bit of a major emergency going on here.
Oh, you're joking. Friday evening, and there's an emergency?
I'm going to skip it, but you guys, you can see how it tells the story.
Another Friday evening, and
So you get sent to this mansion. So this guy says, "Hey, you gotta go investigate this mansion for me." So this client, he's not answers his phone's not picking up. I need to go have you check it out, and that's what you're doing. I do like the fact that it does give you a loading screen with tips in it. I wish all the loading screens were this instead of some having black screens. Now look, there's a loading symbol in the right hand corner, like there should be. So aside from the black loading screens, occasional black loading screens, I only have one other issue with the game. And I'll get into that here in just a second. So here outside, we're going to go ahead and go inside.
hello? Is that music? I'd better take a look.
So you gotta figure out where the music's coming from. And this tells you that each character has their own light source, how to turn it off, and the fact you can use the right analog stick to move the light source independently, which I think is amazing. I really like that. It gives the game a sense of, or gives the characters a sense of, like, how they'd act in the real world, which is kind of cool. Let me turn off with the right trigger. So, one of the issues I have with the game is the fact that when you come against an item to interact with it or investigate it, it doesn't always give you the prompt. For instance, right over here. So this right here. Okay, you see that case right there? There's an indication you can interact with it, but you can't actually interact with it until the button prompt comes up, and it doesn't always come up. And that'll happen periodically with various items in the game. I wish that should be addressed. That's really annoying. But there's a lot of different areas to explore in the house. Lots of different items. I like that. I thought the burning the house down comment I thought was kind of funny. But yeah, it very much feels like a Resident Evil type game. It's very well done. Hard to believe it's indie, really. I mean, it feels like it could be, borderline AAA. I'd say definitely a double A title for sure.
What the?
Yeah, it has its issues, but what game doesn't, right? I love the fact that you can play as different characters, and I'm about to show you that right now, I think, here. Yeah, I'll end the review here in a couple minutes. I just want to show you guys how the game starts and give me an idea a little bit what to expect here with it. Another wonderful black screen with no loading symbol at all. We just wait, and we wait, and I really hope this gets addressed. I don't know if this is just something they forgot to do, or they said it's a trolley. I don't really know, but
I'd hardly taken a step forward.
there should be a loading screen. There should be a tip screen. There should be something indicating something's happening. So essentially, you find out that he pretty much goes mad, and then nobody's heard from him. So you have to go and investigate and figure out what happened to him. So here's where you get to pick your. Here's where you make your first choice as to who you want to play as in this episode. And I'll show you that in just a second when it loads up. If it ever decides to load. There we go. Okay, so you pick from Sophie Van Denend. Denend, I think is how you say it. Or you can play as Etienne Bertrand. So he has a lighter for a light source, and then she has scented candles. Each of them have their own strengths and weaknesses, as you can see there, their own stats. And so you pick one as to who you want to be. I'm going to go ahead and go with Etienne. Or Etienne, I don't know however you say it. I do like how the loading screens use the in-game models for the loading screens. I like that. I did mention the loading screens are lengthy. There you go. Okay. So they both decide to go back to the mansion and investigate. So you choose who you want to, which one you want to play as to go through this part. So here you play as this guy here, and essentially again you have to determine what the. Oh. What the heck is going on? But that's because he was trying to light it. So yeah, you come in here and you try to find out what happened to dear old Daniel. So yeah, I'm gonna end the review here, guys. I want to thank Protocol Games for the re-update of the game. The game is amazing, very well done, great atmosphere, spooky, scary game. It has some really great ideas. So, if you want to purchase the game, is available across both platforms. Link for purchase will be in the description down below as always. And thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Until next time, take care and happy gaming.